Hi, everybody. Welcome to the sewing room. Okay, so we're doing a bit of a recap today. All right? I know I promised, and every time I'm Italian, so I talk with my hands, and when I talk with my hands, my whole table shakes. You just learn to live with it. We're doing a bit of a recap on a couple of projects today. So, and then we're going to sew something new that I've mentioned that we were going to sew, and now we're going to sew them. So anyway, I said that I was going to wrap up the petals quilt today, and I'm not going to because I realized that I still have not finished. I'm short for one row, and I thought I had caught enough petals, but then I don't seem to have enough petals except for 2 squares that I know that I'm short, and so I was getting very confused. So I thought before I make a mistake or do it wrong or rush to get it done, and that's not the point of this channel either. It's not just to rush through a project just so you can call it done. I wanted to kind of give myself a day, so I may spend a little sneaky time tomorrow and try and get my bearings on that project, because I want to finish it, obviously, but at the same time, I just want to make sure before I start sewing stuff that it's done. But I have a surprise for you. Okay, let's do that first. Always start with the good. And then I have lots of things to talk about today. So I've got almost all the petals done, and they are so cute. I just want to show you a couple of them. Like, is that adorable? Isn't that cute? Well, I like this one too. I decided to step way... I actually watched one of my own videos. Not as much fun watching yourself, is it? Anyway, I watched one of my videos while I was talking about this project, and I thought, you know what? Like, do the center of the flower a different fabric than the pattern that you have on the 2 petals, you know, from a different piece of the layer cake, and to add a little bit more contrast, to add a little bit more fun. And I did on the last, like these last 12, I think it is, give or take 8, something like that. And I really think some of them came out just darling, just really, really darling. Just because this was such a cute fabric. Yeah. They just came out so cute. So I have lots of, like I said, I'm just about finished now, finally, with the panels. I think I figured out kind of where I went wrong. I lost about an hour. You are gonna love this. So you know how I'm using the heat and bond to cut out the flowers, right? You iron the heat and bond to your fabric. Then on the paper side of the heat and bond, you trace what your pattern is, whatever you're going to cut out, whatever your shapes are. In my case, it was the petals and then the centers. And then you cut it out. You peel the backing off, the paper part off, and then you iron it onto your background fabric. Well, I was doing something the other day. I think I was cooking dinner, and I pulled these out because I thought, oh, I'll just finish up these last few squares. And so I was kind of going between projects, and I had laid all the petals out, and I had ironed them down, and I went to lift it up, and all the petals fell off. And I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I didn't hold it down for long enough. So I put the petals back on. I stood there. I ironed every single one on, super long. And I moved the iron, and the petals were still lifting off. And I absolutely I've probably worked off a layer on my iron. That's how long I ironed these things before I figured out I hadn't taken the paper off. So then I questioned most of the decisions that I've made as an adult and decided I probably wasn't going to tell anyone except for all of you. So anyway, I lost a little time there and a little faith in myself on that part of the project. So it's all good now. I finished up the petals that I've already got done. Like I said, I've got to cut 2 more. And everything is sticking as it should stick. Yahoo! Okay. I wanted to show you my epic fail on my adorable doggy turkey placemat. I know why I still have these clips on, because I have to finish the binding. So I was binding this and I was so excited to show you guys. I think this was last week. And then I realized that I cut the binding too short. It's been a fantastic, and when I say fantastic, I mean fantastic week here in the sewing room at 1/4 inch seam. Fantastic. So now, tell me in the comments, because I'm trying to wrap my head around if I should like undo what I've already stitched down a little bit, try and go back, add more on, and then finish it. And I just cut it too short. I just wasn't paying attention. And then I thought I had the crisscross right, to lay it down. But I had sewed them too far apart from each other, which is something that I just it's just a common mistake. And that last step is what got me. So, whatever. We'll fix this one. Moving along. Today, what we're going to sew while we chat is the Thanksgiving placemats. I got them paired up. I got a really pretty backing on them. So I'm going to sew these while we talk. And then I'll have my placemats done for Thanksgiving. Because God knows I haven't done the grocery shopping for Thanksgiving yet. Why haven't you done the grocery shopping for Thanksgiving yet? Because groceries are outrageous. Although, now, like this week right now is kind of the week to go. Because everybody has turkeys on sale. If you haven't gotten your turkey, dude, I'm serious. They're cheap. In fact, Aldi, Publix had turkeys for like 49 cents a pound. And I'll be honest with you. I don't know if 49 cents a pound is the best price or a great price or a fantabulous price. I don't know. I just look at the sticker for the price of the whole turkey, because nobody cares how much it was per pound if at the end of the day it cost you $80 to buy the turkey. So, because it is gargantuan, right? And I'm only feeding 6 people. A little bit of leftovers. That's all you need. So, we'll see. Anyway. So I want to do these today, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. We are headed. It's going to be my Christmas present to you. Not really a Christmas present to anyone. But we want to hit 500 subscribers. Yahoo! So make sure you subscribe if you've not subscribed. Leave a comment in the comment section and tell me what you're working on. And then I'm going to tell you how Becky, shout out Becky. I actually remembered the name. I'm going to tell you how Becky has saved the day with the comments. Okay. Can you see the sewing machine? I hope so. Maybe I should. Yeah, that looks good. It works, huh? I need a new camera. Well, not like I need a new camera. Like I need a hole in my head. But I need a camera that... This little tripod-y thing, it's very cute and it's very handy. But the only problem is there's so many little knobs to turn. Anyway, so I'm going to put these on and start sewing around. Okay. So 14 by 19. So 14 by 19. You can do whatever size you want. I told you before I did square ones for my mom in this really cute little shabby chic kind of shabby country. I don't know what it's called. Whatever. Country. It was kind of country fabric, and did them in square. So I think I did probably like 14 by 14, and which sewed down to somewhere around 12 or 13 inches. And they were adorable. Adorable. So you can do whatever size, you know, just remember you're going to take your seam allowance and that kind of thing. And by the time you turn them, you lose a little bit there, I think. So you just have to be sure that you leave yourself enough so that it's not, you know, a mug rug, right? Don't do that. You're not going to get a dinner plate on that thing, darling. Okay. So 11 by 14, 14 by 19, 14 by 19. It's not 11 by 14, it's 14 by 19. And then I pinned it all the way around. I clipped it all the way around. And I just used, on these, I'm just using like a piece of regular quilter's backing. I didn't do anything special. I certainly didn't go out and buy myself the Insel Bright like I've been meaning to. It's in my Amazon cart, but I just haven't pulled the trigger. There's so much stuff in my Amazon cart. Am I the only one who saves everything you look at? You save to your Amazon cart, right? Add it to your cart. Well, my Amazon cart is up to about $3,000. Okay. Here we go. I think. Stitch, got that done. And I've mentioned this before. I just want to trim this one little ear off. I've mentioned this before, like I don't really do a 1/4 inch on these. I do more like, I lean towards kind of a 1/2 inch, just because I want to make sure that when I go to turn them, there's not, you know, nothing's going to bust out or whatever. So this one is a little bit more, and I think that's my 1/2 inch mark. Yeah. Okay. 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 So these are the actual ones that I'm going to use at Thanksgiving this year in my house. And then I think what I'm going to do for the quilting part is I'm just going to throw them back on, and, you know, I just quilt on my machine here. Pay attention, Angela. The lines get all wonky. I think I'm just going to outline a couple of the pumpkins. That would be kind of cute. And maybe I'll do kind of a fabric that is a little bit accenty to, I don't know. Give me some suggestions. The pumpkins, when I flip this thing over, the pumpkins are kind of goldish and white. Kind of a milky white color. And now I don't know where my little tin is. Oh wow. And I'm not gonna, if you end up doing these, you know, making something like this, if you've never done it before, I'm not gonna quilt through all of it, right? So I just, the very first ones that I did of these placemats, I just did, I think I just did lines down the, you know, down the center, down from top to bottom, you know, about every few inches. And then the second time, I think I did kind of a concentric square thing where I just kept going around, you know, in straight lines, square-like. And then I started getting a little bit more creative with, you know, and more confident. Creative is probably poor choice of the word, but confident is probably better. And so I started, you know, trying to do, oops, hello, Angela, take the, you know, it's amazing that they allow me to sew on this thing. Anyway, so that was what I did on that one. But what I wanted to talk about today, we are so excited. So the tech team, my husband, we have been, I have been asking you all for months and months, you know, leave a picture of what you're working on in the comments. Leave a picture of what you're working on in the comments. Leave me a picture. Show me what you're working on. And y'all have been so polite that nobody has said, Einstein, we can't leave pictures in the comments on YouTube. And I did not know this, obviously, because I don't know most things. And so we, Becky, bless her heart, Becky said, we can't leave comments, we can't leave pictures in the comments on YouTube. And so my husband was like, smack my head. Can't leave pictures in the comments. So he set up our Instagram page. Can you believe it? We have an Instagram page. So he sets up the Instagram page and he said, okay, tell everybody they can put their pictures on Instagram. I said, all right. Well, then somebody sent a message and said, we can't put pictures on Instagram. You put pictures on Instagram. You put pictures on Instagram. People don't send us pictures. You know. So he said, okay, we've found the missing link. Oh, there's a missing link, all right. So I am happy to announce that we have a Facebook page. Yahoo! And guess what you can do there? You can leave comments and pictures. You can post pictures. It's been quite a week. Yeah, it's been quite a week. It's been quite a week. It's been a full moon. It's been just weird random stuff. It's just been. So yeah, now you can go to Facebook, facebook.com/quarter-inch seam, and guess what you can do? You can post a picture of what you're working on. Tell you what, I don't know what we're paying that tech team, but there's a chance I'm paying them too much. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't be able to get any of these things onto the internet. Or social media. I guess you don't say that anymore. It's not really getting them on the internet. It's getting it on social media. Okay, so now I've reached the point where I'm gonna stop. So I've gone all the way around 3 sides, and then I'm going to stop right here. I'm a third of the way into the 4th side. And, sorry. So then I'm going to stop. I stopped. So I did a little back stitch, and then I, knotted it off. And now I'm going to leave, like, whatever that is. Can you see that? That's girl math. Leave this amount, about this width. The width of your palm, more or less. I like to be able to kind of get my hand in there and not worry about tearing stitches and stuff. So, skip over that. Now, come back down. So, leave that space. Did I leave that space? Okay. And now, and I am kind of back stitching this because Just a couple. Just throw a couple in there for good measure so that, you know, that part there is secured so that you're not, excuse me, opening that up. Okay. I guess I did. I wasn't sure where I had started, exactly where I had started. Okay, so now I'm going to, oh, I got really smart. Look what I did. Well, not really smart, but smart for this room. I moved my iron and my little iron mat right here because then I don't have to move you every 3 seconds when I go over to iron something. But I will show you that I do have, I was pretty pleased with myself because I never do this. Even though I was after 3 of them, I was like, okay, that's fine. Let's just go and I'll start sewing and do my video. I didn't. I stayed and I cut them. I finished cutting all of them up. Ouch. Whatever. So, like, here's the other 5. There's 6 of us for dinner on Thanksgiving. And so there's the 6. The other 5 that I need to finish those, and I'll probably just finish those over the weekend, this weekend. If I don't finish them this weekend, I'll finish them probably at 2 o'clock in the morning of Thanksgiving Day. That's, it'll either be this weekend and be well ahead of schedule, or I will do them at the last minute, sitting here sewing in the middle of the night crying because I didn't finish them earlier. Just in case you asked. Okay, so then I go to the little corners and like, the reason I'm saying this stuff is, again, because it's not a tutorial. Okay? Obviously, after that binding exercise, this is not a tutorial. We've only proven our own point that this is not a tutorial channel. But I've gotten some comments that I'm grateful for from some ladies that are like new to quilting and they just want to get better at the basics. And this was stuff that I don't know. When I watch YouTube or Facebook or whatever, Instagram, whatever, social media, I tend to kind of just zone out. You know, I watch tutorials of all kinds of different stuff and how to cook this and how to bake that and how to sew this and how to quilt that. But a lot of times, you know, I'm winding down from the day and I'm just on my phone kind of scrolling. And so I'm not really retaining a lot of it. So sometimes I feel like the stuff that I've kind of learned or figured out is some of the important stuff, I think. I don't know. That was a ramble. Anyway, so you get to these corners here, right? And you want to just trim off the corner a little bit. Like the ever so smallest, like when you trim your bangs, and you're going to be good this time, and you're only going to just barely take a little tiny, just that one little, that's all you want to take off. Don't get too close to where your stitches are because, well, if you cut the stitches, I cannot help you. Then you let all these little tiny pieces here, you should brush them onto your floor so that when you walk out, you'll carry them all over your home. And then you can mop them and sweep them up from out there too. Okay, anyway. So I get all that done. I was trying to kind of think ahead this time, and so I squared these all up pretty well before I came in here to sew them. And so I don't really need to, there's not really much else to, I don't really need to trim anything off. Nothing really, because the stuff kind of shifts. Although these clips, man, whoever invented a clip. Okay, start flipping it over. Now, on Wednesday, oh, we're almost done. Don't want to go too long. On Wednesday, I did a video where I used this little screwdriver looking tool to poke out my corners. Oh my God, this is almost as bad. And I poked a hole in the mug rug I made. It's on its way to my mom. Sorry. And I said, don't use a screwdriver because the point is too pointy. And so I said, I got this little wooden thing from Missouri Star, which is adorable. It's bamboo, I think. And it's to poke out your corners. Yeah. So you stick that in, right? And you just get to the corner and just poke it out. It's not going to be like perfectly poked out, but it'll be really close. Sorry, that was a little gnat. The temperature change right now has been very weird, and I don't know. I seem to have gnats in my house, in my kitchen and stuff. They drive me nuts. Okay, so get the corners out, and then kind of smooth that around a little bit there. Yeah, so don't forget the Facebook page. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see what you're working on too. I really am. So on Wednesday, I've got a new fun project, a simple project. I think it's going to be one from the Annie's Creative Quilts stuff. I'll probably do another cute little mug rug that I saw that I think would be kind of fun. And I might try and do... I also have to start cutting out for this big mat that I'm going to do on my countertop with the turkeys for Thanksgiving with those gaudy turkeys. Okay, so the iron, bless her heart, keeps turning off. Iron keeps turning off. So I'm just going to press this down. So don't go away. I'm just going to press this down and then I will make you stay for when I sew around it. But you got to wait and see. You got to wait and at least see it. Oh, the other thing I have to do on Wednesday, maybe, I don't know how long I think my videos are. I think I talk like my videos are 4 hours long. Maybe on Wednesday what we'll do is we'll bind the placemats. But do me a favor, keep an eye on your shorts this week. Not your shorts, but your shorts on YouTube. Because, I'm a little undecided, like, what to do as a binding for these. And I just think a binding would probably make them look nice. However, being realistic, if I end up finishing these at 3 o'clock in the morning on Thanksgiving, they may not get bound. But I'm not sure what color to bind them in. So when you're pressing these, before you top stitch them, when you are pressing these, before you top stitch them, which I highly, highly, highly recommend, because I've done these quite a few times, and you really do want that little extra. It holds everything down when you're sewing that top stitch on. Make sure that you kind of push the fabric out. And what I mean by that is, hang on, I'll show you. See, where you have these two seams, when you have stuff that you've kind of rolled over, folded over each other, the seams can get, where you get the bottom will start to curl under like that, or the top will start to, or they're just not pushed all the way back out square. So you want to make sure that you kind of, in fact, when you're in there poking your corners out, I like to kind of run my thumb or my finger kind of along that seam just to kind of push everything out so that everything is squared up and there's not a seam that's kind of tucked in more than the other. So this is the, is it upside down? Oh, it's always upside down. They're wonky. But it's a very, very, I don't know if the camera really does the fabric justice. It's a very pretty kind of classy pumpkin motif. And they're gold, and there's a very, very slight hue of maybe that kind of a dark grayish purpley hue in there. There's a really pretty green in there. There's kind of a peachy color. So I'm not sure what color I would bind these in, or if you would bind them, or would you just do like a top stitch or something and then just quilt them a little bit and be done? And then obviously they haven't been fully pressed, but that's the back. It's very, very, very simple on the back. Just this kind of roasty, chestnutty, butternut squash, I don't know, sweet potato, orange. I don't know, whatever. So there are my Thanksgiving placemats. Again, the measurement is 14 by 19. And if you can remember that, 14 by 19, you pretty much can't mess them up. So if you've never made placemats for yourself before, make them for your Thanksgiving table this year. And you can, everybody's got fabric on sale right now. Hobby Lobby has a big fabric sale on right now. I think everything was like 40% off, I think. But everybody's got all of these great pumpkin and turkey and just awesome fabrics out right now. So go get you, and you can do this with very little fabric. I think I only had a yard and a half, I guess. I can't do the math in my head right now because I have a headache. So, you'd have to do the math on 14 by 19, however many you needed, and what that would work out to yardage wise, because I don't know. I think we all know that I don't know. And please be sure to check us out on Facebook and show us what you're working on. Thank God we figured out that dilemma. I love you guys. I hope you have a great start to your week. I'll see you on Wednesday, and be sure to check out the shorts. And thanks, Becky, for letting us know you cannot post pictures here nor on Instagram. Love you. Bye. We're going to take